Hello YouTube, my name is uidsea, and I was one of the lucky ones to get a Nintendo Switch day one without pre-ordering. I stood in line in Target for about 2 hours. I got it finally. I played around with it. I played it for about an hour or so, so let's do a really quick day one review on the brand new system, the Nintendo Switch. Alright guys, so as you can see my little reflection there. Hi! Very shiny screen, very new. As you can see, this is the Nintendo Switch right here. So let's first talk about what came with it. So we of course got the Switch, the two controllers, which are detachable right here. You can take these off. They're just little buttons on the back. You hold these and slide them off. The actual Switch console itself. We have the docking base, which is currently charging over there. We have this, I guess it's the Switch's version of the Pro controller. You slide the, did I do that one right? There's one way you do it, one way you don't. Yeah, you slide them in like that, they click down and whatnot. Like that. There we go. And then these straps, the Joy-Con straps as well. These are essentially like how the Wii had straps for it. You just attach these to the side of the controller sides, and you can strap yourself in so that you don't accidentally swing yourself around. Because yes, these may not be motion controllers, but they're very similar to the Wii controls. So, let us put this back on. And actually, before we do that, what we'll do is, so here are the Joy controllers, however it is you want to say it. This is the majority of what you're going to be playing with if you have the game docked, or as they do with the 1-2 Switch game and many other party games. There's a little stand. You kind of just lay it down, and then you and your friends can play with these. But these are the controllers that you have. They're not too bad. They're really, really odd at first, because if you have any experience with the Wii, the original Wii, not the Wii U, where you were using the nunchuck controllers, this is pretty much the same way, except you don't have to actually point it at this. It's just a free, it's just a free roaming thing. So whenever you are playing, at least how I was playing, I was just sitting with my arms at my side, just doing whatever, and it's odd at first to kind of, makes sense that you're controlling everything here, but you don't have to have, this controller sitting here in front of you, or you don't need to have it pointing at the console. You can just have it free range, which is really nice. But we'll hook this up here. By the way, the kickstand is here, which also is where you put the extra memory in. Focus, yeah, where you put the extra memory in. This thing is very flimsy. Very, very, very flimsy. I am not a fan of it, but oh well, I'm sure someone will sell some proprietary something or other that'll fix that. So here it is. Here's the Wii, the Nintendo Switch with the Joy-Cons on. Like I said, you can just detach them by holding these buttons. So on it we have obviously the Joy-Cons. We have the the charging port, which is a USB-C. New USB coming up, power button, volume controls, and the game cartridge, as well as an audio jack. Game cartridge, of course. Oh, I turned that on, hold on. Game cartridge, of course. Hold on 1 second. Let me lick it. Yes, as many people have said, it's very bitter. Alright, let's put that in. Hopefully my saliva didn't actually get in there too well, or at all. So we have the Switch. And just like the Wii U, when you first turn it on, it just shows the shop. You can get into the home menu. You press the home button 3 times. It boots up very quickly. From off to on, it's almost instant. Alright, come on. Back in. You can turn that feature off too. But anyways, we have, of course, Breath of the Wild is the only game of any note that launched with it. We have the initial, they have the page, which is your personal info. That's where you do friend codes and things like that. You have your games, which either download or in the game cartridge. News, Nintendo eShop, album, controllers, system settings, and sleep mode. I think this is one of those consoles that does mainly sleep mode and isn't really a power down console. I could be wrong on that. I couldn't find any system settings in there that said anything other than sleep mode. And you obviously can play with the options and see how long it is it sleeps automatically and whatnot. You can play with the controllers, you can change my vibrate controls and all that stuff, you can play with all the TV settings, the resolutions and all that, system settings, there'll be updates, the different regions, language, battery percentage, all that good stuff. Standard console things that you have. The interface isn't actually that bad. Let's just go to the shop real quick. Alright, and here is the eShop, if the game wants to focus for me. Recent releases, which on currently are only 9 games. We have 2 Shovel Knights, Just Dance, Breath of the Wild, Bomberman, 1-2 Switch, I Am Setsuna, Snipperclips, and Fast RMX, I think that's what that says. You have all the coming soons, which is a few different games that they have currently leaked. Mario Kart 8, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to love. Blaster Master, Puyo Puyo Tetris. And then we can enter a code, obviously, for Nintendo points or game codes and whatnot. If we go on back, there we go. I'd say it's roughly a little bit faster than the Wii U, and I really do like it. It's very interesting. The battery life, from what I've seen so far, like I said, I played Zelda for roughly an hour, and the battery only went down 20 to 30%, so it's about what you'd expect from a more high-end tablet, because essentially that's what this is. If I'm not mistaken, the tablet has NVIDIA graphics technology in there. But other than that, that's the main things. The battery life isn't too bad. The game and the console and whatnot is very responsive. We'll just boot up Zelda real quick. Don't worry, there's no spoilers. I already passed the tutorial and all that good stuff. I'm just kind of wandering around. You can see me again right there. Hi. This will actually show you in real time how long it takes for it to boot up. Boop-a-boop. And then we, of course, have our Zelda. And we'll just jump on in real quick. When it's loading, we have a few different little controls. We can press the tips and whatnot. Come on. The loading isn't that bad. It's about what you'd expect from a standard console nowadays. Maybe, what, 30 seconds, if that, to load into the game and get everything ready. Alright, there we are. We are with our Zelda. Like I said, I'm just at the beginning of the game. And we have gameplay. This is obviously the game that launched with the Switch. This was the flagship of the Switch initial launch. The game is beautiful, and what I've actually noticed is that on here, on the actual tablet, the game runs fine. The game runs beautifully. You know, you could run through, you can go do all the different stuff. I haven't really experienced any lag at all. When you actually connect it to the dock, that's when it lags, and I think that's because it's passing through the video input into your display, so I think that's when the lag is, because obviously input lag and all that stuff is very much a factor still nowadays. But other than that, you can hook it up, and if we can get this real quick, I will show you how quick it takes to get from here and to here. And then you can take these controllers off, and like I was saying, it feels very odd. It feels odd at first to be able to just sit here and do all this. But you can see this, and it feels like it's lagging a little bit more when I'm playing, at least when I'm panning around and, you know, like fighting and whatnot. It feels to me like it's lagging. I don't know if that's actually me, if that actually is true, or if that's just my eyes or whatnot. But either way, that is it. And then if I were to swing this, take this, boop, and it's instant. It's maybe half a second, and we jump back into there. So that's pretty much the Switch in a nutshell. There was an initial day one patch. Let me move you over here for a second again. There was initially a day one patch. It wasn't a very big patch. It took maybe 4 or 5 minutes to download. Apparently the Switch autosaves whenever you just close out of a game, so that's really nice. At least that's what I've seen from Breath of the Wild, and a few people are confirming that with other games on Reddit. But that's the Switch. More or less. That's it. The only thing that I am not too big of a fan of is this thing. The controller is just, I don't know, it feels very, very awkward to me, because this is the controller. It doesn't feel like the full shape of a PS4 controller. It's much bulkier in the width. It's much bulkier in the center, and it doesn't really give you the feel. I think it is because you have all this overhang, whereas we're used to controllers that do not have any of that. But that also is just personal preference as well. Anyways, thanks for watching. If there's anything about the Switch that I missed, please let me know in the comments. This was mainly just the tech and the initial thoughts. Like I said, I've been playing with it for maybe 2 hours at the absolute most. So, thank you. If you want to see some more game reviews and console reviews like this, don't forget to subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.